Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back to part 2 of using these Kaweco inks for the first time. I've had part 2 of this video waiting to be filmed for quite some time now, and I finally had time this last week to sit down and be able to paint it. I wasn't the most happy with it, but I'm still glad that I did it because it was still trying a new medium and I can't always expect it to go right every time. I will still keep using these inks and definitely try other paintings, and I will still probably actually get more colors in the future as well. Did you know that recording a voiceover really helps if you actually hit the voiceover button? Which now, looking back, it actually makes sense as to why the background music was playing in my headphones, because usually when you record a voiceover, that's not there. So, take 2. So for this part here, I really wanted to prep and kind of lay out some thumbnails. It's not something that I normally do when I am painting. I kind of have the picture in my head and I kind of just wing it, and that works sometimes, but other times not so much. And this is kind of one of those times where planning still didn't work out for me. I really didn't know what colors I wanted to use, and I feel like because what I pictured in my head, sometimes, you know, like what you picture in your head, you struggle to put on paper or, you know, articulate into words and all that stuff. And that's kind of how it was in my head, picturing the colors. It was very blurry, so like I didn't get a feel for the colors I wanted. And I felt that the whole time I was painting this, like aside from that orange pumpkin in the middle, I honestly didn't know what I really wanted to do. I think if I had chosen to stick with a warm or a cool palette, that probably would have helped me out more instead of trying to be so colorful and all over the place. But I also really wanted to do that because I wanted to show the wide range of colors with these inks. I just think this painting was kind of a limiting piece for that. You'll see when I get to the actual painting portion that I did carry over some of the colors, but a good portion of it I kind of did I sort of winged it still. Again, not the best thing to have done, but yeah, let's get to the painting part. Alright, time to paint. I was definitely really looking forward to getting to this portion, and like I had just said, you know, I did spend time doing the thumbnails, and even while doing that I really still didn't know what I wanted to do. Yeah. You'll see as I kind of go through this, I do kind of just look like, I felt like even watching the playback that I kind of had an idea what I was doing, but I really didn't. Like, I was still kind of picturing it and still struggling with how I wanted, because I feel like it kind of started looking dark and it looked like it all meshed together. And, you know, partway through this, I kind of gave up on it. And I feel like in some aspects it really shows with how I chose to start painting. Like, I did the pumpkins, and by the time I got to the stems, I was kind of just overdoing this because I really just wasn't liking how it came out. I will say though, when you do get to the end and you see the entire piece put together, it looks okay, but that blue pumpkin, is really my favorite. That whole thing right there is to me the best part of this whole thing. Like, I could nitpick other pieces of it, but I really love the blue pumpkin. This is the part where I really feel like it went downhill more than I already felt it had. Like, I was already losing my patience with it. I was already, you know, giving up on it. And I still wanted to use the black Schmincke ink. And when I started laying it down, I guess it started drying really quickly. It started looking really patchy. It wasn't the color I had pictured in my head, and I really didn't test it out very well before I just started going in there, and I didn't like it the way it was looking, and I realized that pretty quickly. So I didn't do much with the gray, because it really started also like that top right pumpkin. It just kind of started to just fade into the background because of the color of the stem and everything else. It just didn't mesh. So I kind of just blocked off that small section, and that was where I decided I was done. But this is the end. It was definitely a trial and error, and this is how it should go using a medium that you're not used to using for the first time. You know, doing all the test little painting and swatching, you know, the color wheel and whatnot doesn't really tell you a whole lot until you start using it. I like these inks. They are very nice and bright and vibrant. But I just wasn't a good first go, but I'm not going to give up on them. I'm gonna keep trying to do other things with them. I'm definitely going to get some more of the colors so I can do more things, and keep going from there. And you know what, this is a positive learning experience ultimately at the end. So at this point, this is the end of the video. I really do appreciate it if you have stuck around and watched the whole video through. Hopefully you may or may not have learned something. If you do like my content and you would like to see more videos by me, please consider hitting the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Bye.